Hello one and all, and welcome to YouTuber Review, a show where we go through some of the biggest names in YouTube and analyze them for their quality of content, the current status of their channels, and the personalities they put behind it, while at the same time giving them a minor helping of criticism, but only as long as you spell minor like this. On our last episode, the Mighty Wheel selection chose none other than that one video gamer, aka the Completionist, or the Finishist, or a super beard bro. I don't know, this guy has a ton of names. Meet Gerard Cleal, the mastermind and creator of that one video gamer, aka the Completionist, a video game review type channel where the gimmick of it is they complete a game to 100% when they review it. And this means any and every game. That's right, whether it's a good game or it's a terrible game, it's 100% or nothing. Now this right here is a double-edged sword, because a lot of games can be pretty easy to get 100% on, you just have to complete it on certain things and get a few collectibles, but others can be extremely taxing. And really a lot of times it just depends on what game he's doing for that review. And for a lot of games, it's not uncommon for Gerard to sink over 100 hours into completing them. It takes insane levels of dedication to do what he does for every review on his channel, especially when he's covering a game that he himself doesn't particularly enjoy. But Gerard's insane gaming prowess aside, you at home are likely more interested in what he does on screen more than anything. Does Gerard put as much time into his videos as he does into the games that he's completing? Well, to be short, no, he doesn't put 100 hours into it. That'd be fucking insane. However, for a lot of the videos, it feels like that amount of time was put in, and you'll see what I mean by that in just a second. But before we start, I'd like to give a major shout out to Gerard himself for actually reaching out to me on Twitter and helping me out. He helped fill me in on information that I otherwise would have had to speculate on. So major props to you, Gerard. But with that being said, let's just jump right into the review on that one video gamer, aka the Completionist. Welcome to the channel of that one video gamer, and according to his about page, the Completionist, while being his most known series, is not the only series on his channel, and also that you can send him things to a P.O. box. But most importantly, we can see that his channel was created on January 5th, 2012. And over the 4 years he's been on YouTube, Gerard himself has gained a major following. But if you notice from the intro, Gerard does not only do videos on his own channel, but also runs a second channel with another bearded friend called Super Beard Bros, which when broken down is basically just a let's play channel between Gerard and his friend, Alex Fakane. My apologies if I did not pronounce that correctly. And Alex himself runs a completely different channel called The Dex. It is about Pokemon. And the only reason I reference this, besides him being in the Super Beard Bros channel, is that he plays a major role in the Completionist as well, sometimes acting as a co-host, and other times as a co-completionist or actor. However, Alex isn't the only other YouTuber to ever be featured on Gerard's channel. In fact, he brings on other gaming YouTubers quite often, so collaboration with him is absolutely nothing new. And this has been the case ever since his channel's conception back in 2012, as we can see from the first video posted on his channel, which coincidentally is Maximum Carnage Speed 'em at episode 12. Now this little detail originally confused the hell out of me, so I took to Twitter asking for an explanation. And luckily Gerard himself responded saying that this was not his original channel, and his original one was shut down. That channel simply named That One Video Website. Wait, but if Gerard's had a terminated channel, doesn't that mean he's not allowed to make another? I don't care. He's generally not breaking any rules, and everyone basically loves him. Besides, it was just some bullshit copyright stuff, not like he was breaking TOS. You're good, Gerard. So what I'm guessing he did is just took all the videos from his original channel and just re-uploaded them here for some reason slightly out of order. 12, 2, 3, 4, 5, 13. But as this video is technically the first one listed on his channel, we are going to have to treat it as his first. So let's just take a quick look at Maximum Carnage, Spider-Man, The Completionist, episode 12.
If I win, you guys play a game of my choosing. So here we go. Are you ready, bros? Can I beat your game, bros? Do you have your sports bros? You better, because here we go.
Maximum Carnage, a game available on either the Sega Genesis or the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. This beat-em-up style game features everyone's favorite neighborhood Spider-Man and his usual enemy Venom.
And from a review standpoint, he does an amazing job. He gives you the backstory, he gives you the gameplay, spoilers and all, and he even interlaces comedy to keep your interest through the review, all while having professional scripting and research into the topic at hand. However, his standard for editing at this point was pretty subpar, to say the least. Generally, it was stuff that I could do myself on iMovie, which, to be honest, is fucking restrictive as hell. However, this video was created 4 years ago, so his editing must have taken a step up since then. And for the most part, they have on every single front. From editing to storytelling to background to script writing to even the delivery on their line, everything has been taken to the next level. And to prove that, let's just take a look at Gerard's newest video, LA Noire, A Study in Story, The Completionist. Yeah, even the length improved. 36 minutes, holy.
Mr. Bayonne! Nice to meet you. I'm Detective Khalil. This is my partner, Detective Fasciani. Ah, nice to meet you, detectives. Do you mind if we ask you some questions today?
Sure. Ask away.
Today's story starts just like they all do. Cole Phelps is a beat cop fresh from the US Marine Corps in the Pacific Campaign of World War II. Also, he used to butt heads with this gold-hearted jerk called Jack Kelso in officer school, but that's not really going to be important till the end of this story.
Yeah, you saw that right. They've stepped it up so much that there is an entire 4-minute sketch in the intro to their review. That's right, 4 minutes! Jesus Christ, it's as long as an entire Smosh episode, and they're an entire channel dedicated to skits. This is just a video game review, and it's filmed extremely well. Though this guy not the best actor in the world, he did portray the LA Noire characters pretty well. And the review itself was extremely good. I mean, it was long as hell, but that's because he went through the entire backstory of the creation of LA Noire, as well as everything that happens in game, as far as glitches, the story, even every story and gameplay mechanic used, and gave his own subjective opinions on all of them, while also looking at why LA Noire was not as big of a commercial hit as it could have been. He looks at the game from every single possible angle, and then pieces them together to form his review. However, these last few episodes have been without Greg, which if you watch the previous episodes, he has been the comedic relief within the episodes. However, one thing that hasn't left is his customized art at the beginning of episodes. That's right, new custom artwork for every single one of his episodes, no matter the topic, and some of them are stunning. But now let's talk about the barrage of intros at the beginning of every single one of his videos. And because Gerard is a part of so many different series, he has a long introduction. And a lot of times it looks like you're watching more of an intro to a movie than an intro to a review about a video game. You start off with that one video gamer, transition into normal boots, have the completionist intro, and then of course the mentioned art, all of which takes an entire 41 seconds. That's a long intro. However, in his case it's not scummy, because if you look at his videos, it's clear he's not trying to use a long intro to break the 10-minute mark, because he clears it easily. And for the most part, his titles aren't clickbait either. I see those caps, Gerard. So those little things themselves should be a sign that Gerard makes genuine content, which he actually does. He's a genuine gamer that absolutely loves gaming. And he makes it absolutely clear that he's not just here to cover the good games, but he's also here to cover the legendary games, and not only that, he will explore the absolute worst gaming has to offer, as well as even sometimes taking a look at some of the most obscure games. Ever know that the literal dot from the soda 7-Up had several different games? Or that Pepsi had an entire superhero game based on their soda? Yeah, I was just as shocked. However, let's go back to Gerard and see exactly how he rates his games. Well, Gerard rates them under 5 categories. He has complete it, finish it, play it, look at it, or destroy it. And while most games sit around the first 3 options, a few select games have been unfortunate enough to get the last option on the list. You don't want to end up like one of those games. However, even though the Completionist does give a few bad ratings, he gets a lot of flack for not giving more of them. And some even see the act of not giving negative reviews as pandering. But I don't see it that way, because if he enjoys the game, he's more than welcome to give it a good review. It's like how I do my reviews. If you like something, you're gonna give it a good score. You're not just gonna rip something a new one when it doesn't deserve it. Ultimately, it's their opinion. And like anything, you can feel free to disagree with it. But when you are trying to complete a game, especially one that you are trying to complete at 100%, you're most likely gonna sit down and choose a game that, well, you wouldn't mind sinking hundreds of hours into. You're not gonna want to sit there and torture yourself for hours on end, which in some cases he unfortunately has to. So a lot of times you have to choose a game that you'll enjoy, which you just have to expect is going to happen. And most of the time he will stream the game that he's completing so that you can come along for the ride. However, just going through all the games listed on Gerard's channel, I noticed somewhat of a trend. Most of the early games featured on Gerard's channel come from both the Super Nintendo and the Sega Genesis. Everything else is basically from that period and on. In fact, the oldest game I was able to find on his channel was Bubble Bobble for the NES, which I guess does make sense because prior to the Super Nintendo, most games were based on score instead of like completion. But there is just one more thing that we need to cover about Gerard, and if you thought that he was only a video game reviewer, you'd be wrong. He is also a member of the band Big Bad Bosses, a band featuring Alex, as mentioned earlier, Satch, Nate Wants to Battle, and of course Gerard. And Gerard has a part in it that isn't completely awful. Here, I'll play a short clip. So if you haven't, go ahead and check out the single by them, because if you enjoy gaming-themed music, you're sure to enjoy it. But with that being said, I feel it is time to give Gerard, our completionist, a final rating for himself. So for those of you who are new to this series, we rate channels on this show under 4 categories. A 9 to 10 gets them a subscribe, a 6 to 8 gets them a check them out, a 4 to 5 gets them a maybe watch one of their videos and make your own opinions, and 1 to 3 is avoid them at all costs. So where does Gerard stand on this scale? Well, I personally feel giving him anything lower than a subscribe would be a crime against humanity. Gerard makes extremely high quality content, and he seems to be an expert at his craft. His reviews are extremely well thought out and well produced, and you're able to see that on screen. You can tell the time that went into them, which is good because you can tell the same amount of effort was put into the video as was actually put into completing the game in the first place. And really for me, the only grievance that's keeping it from getting a perfect 10 is the extremely long 41-second intro. But other than that, his content and upload schedule are near flawless. And if you're a fan of any gaming content or review channels on YouTube yourself, there's a good chance you're going to enjoy his stuff. Honestly, I cannot recommend him enough. Just go and check him out. Link is down in the description below. Go ahead and let him know that I sent you there. But with that being said, it is once again time to spin the mighty wheel of selection. Oh gee, looks like we have Zappy here, the little plush bear. This is gonna be fun, let's do this. But that being said, guys, I hope you did enjoy this episode. If you did, please hit that like button, and if you really liked it, hit that subscribe button. I would love a new addition to the Snake Army. Be sure to check out Gerard, the Completionist. His video is playing on screen right now, so go ahead and click that. It'll send you right to his channel. I highly recommend all of his stuff. Just go check him out. I'm sure that you'll love it. Go subscribe to him. Seriously, he is a much better reviewer than I am. Also, make sure to go follow me on Twitter, because I do polls there all the time, and you guys can actually help decide what my future content is going to be. Seriously, I ask you guys what you want to see, and then you guys vote on it, and then I do it. Pretty cool. And also, if you haven't, go check out Lord Bung. He is one of the most underrated YouTubers of all time. I can't highly recommend him enough, really. He does amazing stuff. Just go to his channel, check him out. You won't regret it, I swear. I mean, honestly, this guy is great. He honestly has not locked me in his basement and is holding me hostage here, forcing me to, please help me. But that being said, I will see you on the next video tomorrow. As always, Whiplash signing out.